Welcome back. Tonight, folks, you'll be in for a real treat. We'll be continuing our ongoing award-winning series of Music and Time. Tonight, focusing on J.S. Bach and John Coltrane. To show comparison between these two fine musicians, we'll be showing interviews from back before their untimely deaths. First, we will showcase Johann Sebastian Bach. Untimely deaths.
Welcome to the show. Our guest tonight is one of the top composers and music innovators alive today. Please welcome J.S. Bach. Johann, welcome to the show. We already know you're one of the greatest musical innovators and prodigies of your time. So can you tell us a little about your family and the environment you had growing up that provided the appropriate setting for you to become a great musician?
Well, I was born on March 21st, 1685 in Eisenach. I was the youngest child in my family. I grew up around music and I couldn't help continuing on with my family's history of music. My father was a great musician and I guess he saw the talent in me and encouraged me to use it.
How did you first get into music?
When I was a child, I learned the violin from my father, and later I learned the harpsichord from my brother. Then, when I received a scholarship for and studied at St. Michael's School in Lindbergh, I started composing music for the organ.
What did you do after you graduated from St. Michael's?
After graduating in 1702, I applied and was accepted as violinist in the chamber orchestra of Duke Johann Ernst of Weimar. And after that, in 1703, I became organist in a church in Arnstadt and began to compose organ music.
What kind of music did you compose for the organ?
Well, when I became organist in Arnstadt, I had plenty of time to practice on their organ, and it was in Arnstadt I composed my first major piece. It was the first of my church cantatas, For Thou Wilt Not Leave My Soul in Hell, which I performed on Easter 1704 at Mass.
What was it that influenced your early organ compositions?
Back when I was studying the violin at St. Michael's in Lindbergh, I met the composer and organist George Bach, and his styles of composing and playing the organ greatly influenced my early compositions.
Do you think it was your time in the church in Arnstadt that you were first recognized as a musician?
Actually, the choir was less than adequate in Arnstadt, and after performing my cantata on Easter 1704, I requested to be relieved.
Where'd you go after that?
My second position as organist was at the Church of St. Blaise in Mühlhausen, where I was appointed in 1707. But I wasn't fond of that church because the pastor's preferences and musical styles what I didn't like, so I requested an honorable dismissal.
How many organist positions have you had?
When I was 15 to when I was 23 years old, in that 8-year period, I changed organ positions 4 times in different churches because of unfavorable conditions. For example, on one occasion, the pastor of the church preferred simpler music, and another didn't like my improvisation on hymns. People called the improvised pieces curious variations and irrelevant ornaments.
On another note, have you had any long-term relationships up to now?
I've had 2 marriages. My first wife was Maria Barbara, whom I married in 1707, but she passed away in 1720. I married my second wife, Anna Magdalena Wolken, in 1721.
Have you had any children between these 2 marriages?
I've had 13 children with my second wife, and it appears that 4 of them are going to continue on with our family's legacy of musical tradition.
Well, it says here you're going to play Minuet 1 from Partita in B flat. So if you'd be so kind.
My pleasure.
much for joining us here tonight.
My pleasure.